Serial rapist who terrorized Shelby County back in the 80s received a massive 650-year sentence today for his crimes.
Rich Nye was in the courtroom to hear the testimony of survivors finally receiving justice almost 40 years after they were attacked in their homes.
Stephen Ray Hessler is 58 years old. He left a Shelby County courtroom Friday, headed to an Indiana prison for the rest of his life.
Stephen Ray Hessler is one of the most evil, cruel, sadistic predators that I've had the pleasure of prosecuting in over 30 years. He is where he needs to be. He needs to stay in jail until it's time to put him in the ground.
A jury convicted Hessler last month of 7 home invasion sexual assaults against 10 victims in Shelby County from 1982 to 85. DNA evidence and genetic genealogy testing finally led to Hessler's arrest in 2020. Investigators found lots of evidence in Hessler's Greensburg home that he had kept as 6 souvenirs from his crimes for 35 years. One woman testified at the sentencing, "The kind of trauma that Stephen Hessler inflicted on us, you don't get over. You carry it with you every day." Another woman whose husband was beaten and suffered permanent injuries said, "I was robbed of my freedom to feel safe."
Judge Trent Meltzer heard statements from 8 victims before announcing the sentence. 50 years on all 19 counts, although some sentences served concurrently. The judge called the crime so monstrous, he didn't have words to describe them.
The total sentence adds up to 650 years. The judge noted that Hessler had kept track of many of his victims for years after the attacks.
The victims suffered for so long, and they wondered constantly if somebody looked at them in the store, if a car drove by slow, if a car drove by and honked. Anything out of the norm. Is this him? Is he coming to get me? Is he going to follow through with his threats?
Hessler offered no comments in court and no remorse.